So I was thinking it would be nice to do some practice related to what we've been talking about, Kriya Tantra. And I was thinking of this very practice that we have copies of here, because I used to live in Singapore during the 90s, and Amitabha Buddhist Centre. And we used to do this practice every Sunday morning. It was like our Sunday morning service. And I loved doing it. It was so beautiful. So I was thinking, oh, this would be nice to do. And then Jane just pulled out this folder full of photocopies of this. So I thought I would have to read it to people and then meditate, so we can all do it together. So it's a practice related to Chenrezig, thousand-arm Chenrezig. And it includes different parts, refuge, bodhicitta, and so on. And also the 8 verses of thought transformation. This was I think an innovation of Lama Zopa Rinpoche, of combining the practice of Avalokiteshvara, Chenrezig, with these 8 verses. So we can meditate on those. And then there's some mantra recitation and dedication. So it's a fairly short practice, but contains a lot of really beautiful things. So for the first part is visualizing Chenrezig. So you don't have to have your eyes open looking at the text. I will read the text and you can close your eyes and do your best to build up the visualization. So it's visualizing Chenrezig outside. So that's like the front generation, using the terminology we've been going through. And then later we bring Chenrezig to the top of our head and then eventually dissolves into us, into ourselves. So start with a few minutes of just sitting quietly and make sure you're sitting in a comfortable position. Just let your mind watch the breath flowing in and out for a few minutes. Bringing your mind back to the breath when it wanders away. So now I'll begin describing the visualization. So just try to stay focused and do the best you can to generate this visualization. So Chenrezig appears in the space in front of you. He's the embodiment of all the infinite Buddha's compassionate wisdom. He's standing on a lotus and moon disc. So there's a lotus with the petals spread out flat. On top of that, a flat disc of light representing the moon. And then standing in the middle of the moon is Chenrezig with 1,000 arms and 11 faces. And his whole body and every aspect of the visualization is made of light, transparent and radiant, bright, clear, completely pure. So, of the 11 faces, the first face facing towards us is white, and to the right of that is a green face, and to the left is a red face. And then above that, there are 3 other faces. The central one is green. To its right, a red face. To its left, a white face. And then above those faces, again 3. The center one is red. The right is white. The left is green. So don't worry if you can't keep all of those straight. You can just think, okay, those are 9 faces, and some are white, some are red, some are green. And then above those 9 faces is a wrathful dark blue face with yellow hair standing upright. So that face represents the need to sometimes be strong and firm with a compassionate heart, but in dealing with certain difficult people, you sometimes have to show a wrathful aspect, like tough love. And at the very, very top is the peaceful red face of Amitabha Buddha. So it looking like Shakyamuni Buddha with a crown protrusion, and it's very peaceful and smiling. So those are the 11 faces. And then his first 2 hands are in front of his heart with the palms together, like in the Namaste position, holding a wish-fulfilling jewel. So the wish-fulfilling jewel represents bodhicitta because it fulfills the wishes of all sentient beings. And then on his right side, our left side, the upper hand holds a crystal rosary. The next hand down holds a Dharma wheel. And the lower hand holds... the lower hand is in the gesture of giving realizations, which is the palm is open, facing towards us, the fingers pointing downwards. And then on his left side, our right, the upper hand holds a white lotus, symbol of purity. The next hand down holds a bow and arrow, symbolizing defeat over negative forces, negative habits. And the lower hand holds a vase that contains nectar, the nectar of compassionate wisdom. And that nectar particularly soothes the hunger and thirst of hungry ghosts and other hungry beings. And then all the remaining hands, the other 992 hands, are arrayed around him, the arms outstretched, the palms open, facing towards us. And in the palm of each hand is an eye, the eye of wisdom. And he's wearing clothing made of very soft, light, divine silk. And ornaments made of gold, silver, precious jewels, like a prince of India. But the ornaments and silken clothing are not like ordinary materials, but they are manifestations of his inner qualities, such as 6 perfections, perfection of ethics, giving, patience, and so forth. So don't worry if you can't visualize all the details, or even if you have difficulty visualizing anything. Just do the best you can. The most important thing is to have the feeling that Chenrezig really is there in front of you. To have the feeling that you are sitting in the presence of this amazing divine being, a manifestation of the compassion of all the Buddhas. So all the Buddhas have this unbelievable great compassion for every living being in the universe. There's not the slightest bit of aversion, anger, judgmentalness, non-forgiveness, nothing like that. No matter what we do, how bad we might be, the Buddhas always forgive us and never give up on us, never abandon us, but continuously forgive us. And are just committed constantly, 24 hours a day, every minute, every second, to being there for us, helping us, taking care of us. So just spend a bit of time contemplating that and try to feel this compassion flowing from Chenrezig, from all the Buddhas through Chenrezig into you. Try to really feel you're in the presence of someone who totally accepts you just as you are and is totally committed to taking care of you and helping you and guiding you until you yourself reach enlightenment. And if you have a spiritual teacher or more than one spiritual teacher, you can also think that Chenrezig and your spiritual teachers are one. So the aspect is different, but the essential nature is one, is the same. Then turn the page, and there's some prayers refuge and bodhicitta, and so forth. We'll say it together. I take refuge until I'm enlightened in the Buddhas, the Dharma, and the Sangha. By the positive potential I create by practicing giving generosity and the other far-reaching attitudes, may I attain Buddhahood in order to benefit all sentient beings. I take refuge until I'm enlightened in the Buddhas, the Dharma, and the Sangha. By the positive potential I create by practicing generosity and the other far-reaching attitudes, may I attain Buddhahood in order to benefit all sentient beings. I take refuge until I'm enlightened in the Buddhas, the Dharma, and the Sangha. By the positive potential I create by practicing generosity and the other far-reaching attitudes, may I attain Buddhahood in order to benefit all sentient beings. And then there's the prayer of the four immeasurables. So let's recite each verse and then pause for a little while after each one to try to really generate that particular attitude in our mind. How wonderful it would be if all sentient beings were to abide in equanimity, free of bias, attachment, and anger. May they abide in this way. I shall cause them to abide in this way. Guru Deity, please inspire me to be able to do so. The next one. How wonderful it would be if all sentient beings had happiness and its causes. May they have these. I shall cause them to have these. Guru Deity, please inspire me to be able to do so. Next, how wonderful it would be if all sentient beings were free from suffering and its causes. May they be free. I shall cause them to be free. Guru Deity, please inspire me to be able to do so. And next, how wonderful it would be if all sentient beings were never parted from upper rebirth and liberation's excellent bliss. May they never be parted. I shall cause them never to be parted. Guru Deity, please inspire me to be able to do so. And a special altruistic intention. Especially for the sake of all mother sentient beings, I must quickly and more quickly in this very life attain the precious state of complete and perfect Buddhahood. Therefore, I shall practice the gradual path of Guru Chenrezig Yoga. Reverently, I prostrate with my body, speech, and mind, and present clouds of every type of offering, actual and mentally transformed. I confess all my negative actions accumulated since beginningless time, and rejoice in the virtues of all holy and ordinary beings. Please remain until cyclic existence ends, and turn the wheel of Dharma for sentient beings. I dedicate all the virtues of myself and others to the great enlightenment. This ground, anointed with perfume, flowers strewn, Mount Meru for land, sun, and moon, imagined as a Buddha land and offered to you, may all beings enjoy this pure land. The objects of attachment, aversion, and ignorance, friends, enemies, and strangers, my body, wealth, and enjoyments, I offer these without any sense of loss. Please accept them with pleasure and inspire me and others to be free from the three poisonous attitudes. Idam Guru Ratna Mandalakam Niryatayami. So this one can actually be sung, but I haven't done it for a long time, so I'm not sure I can manage. I'll give it a try. O Arya compassionate eyed one, who is the treasure of compassion, I request you, please listen to me. Please guide myself, mothers and fathers, in all 6 realms, to be freed quickly from the great ocean of samsara. I request that the vast and profound, peerless awakening mind may grow with the tear of your great compassion. Please cleanse all karmas and illusions. Please lead with your hand of compassion me and my greators to fields of bliss. Please, Amitabha and Chenrezig, in all my lives be virtuous friends. Show well the undeceptive pure path, and quickly place us in Buddha's stead. So now the 8 verses of thought transformation. So we'll read each verse one at a time and pause after each verse. And you can imagine light flowing from Chenrezig, his heart, into you, completely filling your body. And imagine that it purifies whatever obstacles you may have to being able to practice the meaning of the verse. and blessing you to be able to do the practice mentioned in each verse. With the thought of attaining enlightenment for the welfare of all beings who are more precious than a wish-fulfilling jewel, I will constantly practice holding them dear. Number 2. Whenever I'm with others, I will practice seeing myself as the lowest of all, and from the very depth of my heart, I will respectfully hold others as supreme. Number 3. In all actions, I will examine my mind, and the moment a disturbing attitude arises, endangering myself and others, I will firmly confront and avert it. Number 4. Whenever I meet a person of bad nature who is overwhelmed by negative energy and intense suffering, I will hold such a rare one dear, as if I had found a precious treasure. Number 5. When others, out of jealousy, mistreat me with abuse, slander, and so on, I will practice accepting defeat and offering the victory to them. Number 6. when someone I have benefited and in whom I have placed great trust hurts me very badly, I will practice seeing that person as my supreme teacher. And number 7. In short, I will offer directly and indirectly every benefit and happiness to all beings my mothers. I will practice in secret, taking upon myself all their harmful actions and sufferings. Number 8. Without these practices being defiled by the stains of the 8 worldly concerns, by perceiving all phenomena as illusory, I will practice without grasping to release all beings from the bondage of the disturbing, unsubdued mind and karma. Okay, so now visualize that Chenrezig comes to the space above your head, turning to face the same way as you. And if you can, imagine all other sentient beings sitting around you, but in human form. And each one has a Chenrezig above their heads, also facing the same way as them. And then at the heart of each of these Chenrezigs, there is a lotus and a moon disk. In the center of the moon disk, the seed syllable Chri. And then standing around the edge of the moon disk, the letters of the mantra. So there's actually 2 mantras, the long and the short. So the long mantra is around the edge of the moon disk. The shorter mantra is inside. All the letters are standing up and made of light, everything made of light. So again, just do the best you can. Don't worry about having a perfect visualization. Just feel that the mantras are there. And then visualize that from all these letters, the Chri and the letters of the mantras, light and nectar flow down, white in color. So they flow down like a waterfall, flowing down right into the top of the head of ourselves and all other beings around us. So the light and nectar represents Chenrezig's wisdom and other qualities, realizations. So this blissful white light and nectar flows into us and everyone else, completely filling our body. Every cell, molecule, atom of our body and all the space in between. And it purifies all of our disturbing emotions, greed, hatred, ignorance, as well as negative karmic imprints from our negative actions in the past, sickness, obscurations, suffering. So all the negative things, both the causes and the results, the sufferings that we have, they all get purified. You can imagine them going out of our bodies, out of our pores, and disappearing into the earth below us. So imagine this is happening to you and also to all the other sentient beings around. We're all getting completely purified. You can also think the light and nectar nourishes our positive potential, all our good qualities, love, compassion, patience, wisdom. So those are getting nourished so they can grow and develop and become perfect. So continue visualizing that while we recite the mantras. So let's do the long mantra 3 times, then Om Mani Padme Hum for a while. So it's on page 6 of the text. Namo Ratnatrayaya, Namo Arya Jnana Sangara, Bharatsana Buharatsaya, Tathagata Arhate Samyak Sambuddhaya, Nama Sarva Tathagatebe Arhatebe Samyak Sambuddhebe, Namo Arya Avalokite Shoraya Bodhisattvaya Mahasatoya Mahakarunikaya Tayata Om Dara Dara Diri Diri Duru Duru Ite Wate Tsale Tsale Partsale Partsale Kusume Kusume Wari Ili Mili Tsiti Tsola Apanaye Soha. Namo Ratnatrayaya Namo Arya Jnana Sangara Bharatsana Buharatsaya Tathagataya Arhate Samyak Sambuddhaya Nama Sarva Tathagatebe Arhatebe Samyak Sambuddhebe Namo Arya Avalokite Shoraya Bodhisattvaya Mahasattvaya Mahakarunikaya Tayata Om Dara Dara Diri Diri Duru Duru Ite Wat Tsale Tsale Partsale Partsale Kusume Kusume Wari Ili Mili Tsiti Tsola Apanaye Soha. Namo Ratnatrayaya Namo Jnana Sagara Bharatsana Buharatsaya Tathagataya Arhate Samyak Sambuddhaya Nama Sarva Tathagatebe Arhatebe Samyak Sambuddhebe Namo Arya Avalokite Shoraya Bodhisattvaya Mahasattvaya Mahakarunikaya Tayata Om Dara Dara Diri Diri Duru Duru Ite Wat Sale Sale Patsale Patsale Kusume Kusume Wari Ili Mili Tsitit Sola Apanae Soha. Om Mani Padme Hum. 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 And then think, I will live my life in a meaningful way and do all actions with the motivation to attain enlightenment for the benefit of all sentient beings. And imagine that Chenrezig is extremely pleased with you for your practice and your intention. And then the entire visualization melts into light, which flows into you and comes down to your heart. And for those of you who haven't received the great initiation of Chenrezig, you can imagine your mind becoming the nature of great compassion, loving kindness, and bodhicitta. Your body is filled with light, becomes very pure and clear like crystal. Those of you who have received the great initiation of Chenrezig, so after Chenrezig absorbing into you, your body becomes blissful white light. Your body, speech, and mind become unified with Chenrezig's holy body, holy speech, and holy mind. And then your body dissolves into clear light, and all your ordinary concepts about who you are vanish. Meditate on the emptiness of inherent existence of yourself and all phenomena. There's no inherently existing fixed, permanent, concrete I, or body, or mind, or anything. So all such things vanish into emptiness. And then within that emptiness, your mind, understanding emptiness, which is oneness with Chenrezig's holy mind, manifests in the form of Chenrezig, standing on a lotus and moon disk. Everything made of light, pure radiant light, and a manifestation of this wisdom that understands emptiness. And you can identify, this is me. And imagine the Chenrezigs above the heads of all the other sentient beings around us also melt into light, absorb into them, and they become completely purified. So now let's conclude with the dedication prayers on bottom of page 8. So we can think that we're dedicating the merit of this practice plus all the other merit, the positive energy that we've created during this weekend. Just making the effort to come together, listen, think about, discuss, and meditate on these very precious teachings of Tantra that show the path to quickly reach enlightenment so we can help all other beings. So let's share this positive energy with others, wishing that it will become the cause for ourselves and everyone else to reach enlightenment as quickly as possible. Due to this merit, may I soon attain the enlightened state of Chenrezig, that I may be able to liberate all sentient beings from their sufferings. May the precious Bodhi mind, not yet born, arise and grow. May that born have no decline, but increase forevermore. Due to the positive potential accumulated by myself and others in the past, present, and future, may anyone who merely sees, hears, remembers, touches, or talks to me be freed in that very instant from all sufferings and abide in happiness forever. In all rebirths, may I and all sentient beings be born in a good family, have clear wisdom, have great compassion, be free of pride, and devoted to our spiritual masters, and live in accordance with our vows and commitments to the spiritual masters. In whatever guise you appear, O Chenrezig, whatever your retinue, your lifespan, and Pure Land, whatever your name, most noble and holy, may I and all others attain only these. By the force of these praises and requests made to you, may all disease, poverty, fighting, and quarrels be calmed. May the Dharma and all auspiciousness increase throughout the worlds and directions where I and all others dwell. So, thank you very much for coming together and making this weekend happen. I wish you all the best in your practice, and I hope we meet again soon. Thank you.